This week, the hotel inspector takes a walk on the wild side.
It's just junk. Get rid of it. I hate this. Look at this shower. Look at this shower. Of all the worst bathrooms in the world, this is it.
This is the Safari, a 14-bedroom hotel in the resort town of Bournemouth, and it's in trouble. The Safari is owned by a Dutch couple, Vincent and Liddy van Nuuk. For 13 years, they ran a successful restaurant in Ireland, but the pressure proved too much for Vincent's health.
The stress on the kitchen was, at the end of the day, so very big that I get heart problems. The doctor said, when you want to grow old, stop with it.
They decided to opt for a quiet life, buying the leasehold of a hotel in the seaside town of Bournemouth.
The dream I had when we came here was this two-star style hotel with the restaurant in the style I love to cook, but the dream didn't come true.
The hotel has failed to turn a profit, and mounting debts have brought the couple to the brink of bankruptcy.
Most of the time I feel desperate, because it's just, fighting.
Money's in such short supply, Vincent and Liddy live in one solitary room.
This is the way we are living at the moment. That is our bed. But as you see, the toilet room is not a nice place to stay. I know it's a shitty life, but we have a roof above our head.
Apathy has set in. With so little money coming in, the rest of the hotel is falling into disrepair.
We feel defeated, yeah. That we can't do much more and we want to improve, but we have no funds for it.
To save cash, Vincent and Liddy have been forced to run the hotel single-handedly, and it shows.
You have your kitchen work, you have your, the whole running of the hotel around it, and then repairing here, repairing there, and that makes it very stressful.
Vincent and Liddy have become overwhelmed by their problems. They've given up and are in desperate need of help.
6-7 years we're trying now to get the whole thing up and running, and it's not working.
We need someone who can tell how we can make it better, and that she say, this point you're missing.
Their last chance of salvation comes in the form of Ruth Watson. An award-winning hotelier and restaurateur, Ruth's aim is to assess the hotel and come up with a plan to rescue Vincent and Liddy from the wave of debt that threatens to engulf them.
Well, what a charming welcome that is. No jobs. I don't want a bloody job.
The hotel's exterior has failed to impress Ruth. Will Vincent's DIY interior design do any better?
I see yellow and red decor and I know I'm in for something vile. Why would anyone want to stay here? The Brasserie Le Cava van. I mean, just look at this. Desserts. 1S, apostrophe S. Deserts. And then the Bavoir du jour, it's actually translated as mouse of the day.
With no sign of Vincent or Liddy, Ruth is able to explore the hotel's chaotic safari-themed lounge and bar on her own.
Dear God. This is where the safari theme really kicks in. Little bits of old rug with lion and tigers and horns and rearing cobras. I mean, what is this? Is it a serious theme? No, it's not. And why would it be a theme of safari in Bournemouth anyway? It's just junk. It's nothing more or less than junk. Get rid of it. Raze it to the ground. Blow the place up. Have a fire. Do something. Just get rid of it. I just find it so depressing.
Time to track down the owners.
Bell with a bit of old masking tape stuck on it. Very loud bell. You appear from two directions. Hello, I'm Ruth. Hi.
Hi, I'm Liddy.
Liddy, hello. How do you do? Vincent, hello. How do you do?
In order to get to the root of the problem, Ruth needs to establish the full extent of Vincent and Liddy's plight.
How serious a situation are we in financially?
Very serious. In the summertime, you make some money. You lay some money behind. But when it comes January, then the reserve money is gone already again. And then you have still January, February, March to survive.
That's all it is, survival.
That's all it is. We keep on fighting till it is profitable. And when it is profitable, then we start smiling again.
How do two Dutch people end up living in Bournemouth in a hotel that's themed as a safari park? There's no way of me saying this without it sounding offensive. I hate this. I just think it looks like a jumble of junk. You know? I don't think you should be punishing your guests with it.
Yeah.
And from the moment I walked in, I just thought, oh, my God. I got to the front door, and what did I see on the front door? Do you know what it says on the front door?
No jobs.
What the... I'm a guest. I'm coming to stay with you. No jobs. I don't want a bloody job. I want a room for the night.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough. It really isn't. And I haven't even seen the bedrooms now. So remind me how many bedrooms you have, Vincent?
Sensibly, Vincent has put Ruth in his best room, number 14. So far, the safari has left her somewhat underwhelmed. But now, things are about to get even worse.
There is nothing in this room that isn't actually just good for firewood. Look at this shower. Why has it got a skirting board halfway up the bloody wall? And I'm afraid to say I've decided not to stay.
Vincent and Liddy Van Nuke have been running the Safari Hotel in Bournemouth for 7 years. But with mounting debts and a building on the brink of collapse, the couple have run out of steam. The Safari Hotel is in danger of becoming extinct. Enter Ruth Watson. She's begun a thorough investigation of the hotel to find out where they're going wrong.
It's just junk. It's nothing more or less than junk.
Upstairs, Vincent has shown Ruth to one of his best rooms, room 14, where she's due to spend the night.
Breakfast is from 7 till 9 in the morning.
Okay.
I hope you have a nice time.
Thank you very much.
You're
All
welcome.
right, Vincent, thank you. Well, there's a stain on the towels here. This bed cover is horrible, horrible matted purple blanket. Pillows that... How much stuffing is in there? This is just so dreadful. Oh! This is not good. This is horrible. All goes downhill.
The bed is very comfortable. So she sleeps very well in that room, I think.
Around the light switch is horrible. There's a great chunk out of the wall here. You can actually see the stones in there. This is just barely hostel accommodation.
I'm afraid she's going to eat me a little bit about this room, but we pray that it goes well this time.
This bathroom is pitiful. We have a cutout around the bottom of the loo. There's the most awful seal on the edge of this bath screen, and a little bit of what looks like some kind of racking system holding the screen up. Wouldn't be out of place in a car workshop, but not in a bathroom. There's a mirror that I really mean it. You wouldn't steal it from a skip. And a shower head that I'll bet my life doesn't work. Well, that's the amount of water you get out of it. Good for bathing hamsters, but not human beings.
Knowing Vincent has put her into one of his better rooms, Ruth is anxious to explore the rest of the hotel. She starts in the attic.
If there was a rating system for doss houses, this wouldn't get a rating. I mean, it's got a broken cupboard with just a selection of old plastic hangers. It's got a radiator that's capsized and leaning drunkenly against the wall. It's got 2 beds and a sofa cramped into this tiny space. No headboard on this. Really, really cheap, nasty apology for a bedside table here. This is nothing to do with decent guest accommodation, just nothing.
Next in line is room 7, one of the hotel's family rooms on the first floor.
Dear God. Well, first of all, it sounds as if somebody's whittling in this loo, but they're not. It's obviously something upstairs, but the noise of plumbing. And look at this shower. Look at this shower. Look at this shower. Why has it got a skirting board halfway up the bloody wall? Of all the worst bathrooms in the world, this is it. No, 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 no.
The hotel clearly needs serious investment and a thorough cleaning to be brought up to standard. As part of her inspection, Ruth usually spends a night in each property. After looking at all the rooms in the safari, she's come to a very difficult conclusion.
Hello there, Vincent.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. I've had a little look at some of the rooms, and obviously you've shown me my room.
Yes.
And I'm afraid to say I've decided not to stay.
No.
Frankly, the facilities aren't what I need.
No.
So I'd like to come back for breakfast, though.
Yeah.
Because I know that's where your enthusiasm lies. I'd like to see if that's better than your decorating skills, OK?
Yeah.
So if I come back at sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock, is that good
That
for
is
you?
perfect, yeah.
Yeah?
No problem.
OK, I'll do that. I'll see you
Sorry
then.
about
Thank
this.
you.
OK, see you then.
Thanks,
Thank
Vincent.
you. Bye.
It's a serious blow for Vincent.
A little bit disappointed, but this life you cannot make everybody happy. And I feel sorry that I couldn't please her, but that's the situation. We hope that we can make it better. That's the most important thing, that the customers feel at home. And in this case, it didn't work. It's life.
I feel so sorry for Vincent and Liddy. They're in such desperate plight. The rooms are in such desperate condition and need so much money spent on them. I don't know where this is going to come from, but unless money is spent on them, they're not going to get the calibre of customer or the amount of customers they need to survive. This is a serious problem, and I honestly don't know how we're going to approach this.
This was an emotional day.
But I think we learned a lot from this day.
A bit hope in the future. That's what we have.
The following morning, and Vincent has risen early to prepare for Ruth's return to sample breakfast. Despite her refusal to stay the night, Vincent remains optimistic.
I feel perfect. Nice smile on my face again. We only can go up, so can't go deeper than yesterday did.
Well, this is encouraging. Vincent and Liddy have taken off the no job sign, so perhaps they're going to listen to things.
Breakfast at the safari is served in the basement dining room, the Brasserie Le Cave du Vin.
This convention of citing restaurants in basements, I just don't get it. It's such an unappealing place to have breakfast.
At the safari we make an English breakfast, a German breakfast, a Dutch breakfast, a French breakfast, a vegetarian breakfast and a Mediterranean breakfast. Let her enjoy breakfast the way she never had before.
I think I'm going to ask him if he could do me little tasters of everything so I can just see what it's all about, yeah?
That's fine.
Yes?
Okay.
Thanks, Liddy.
Thank you. Ruth likes a bit of everything, if you can do it.
Vincent sets about preparing a United Nations of breakfasts. After Ruth's reaction to the rooms, it's vital he impresses her with his culinary skills.
Aha, toast. Thank you very much.
One vegetarian and English one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, yes. Come on.
The quality of the cold cuts is very poor. I mean, we're looking at processed ham. We're not looking at nice cured ham. It's okay. I'm looking at the bacon here, which does look nice. The egg is quite frazzled around the edges, but at least the yolk is proper, not slimy, so that's good. The English breakfast is by far the best of these offerings, both in presentation and in quality and taste.
So Ruth thinks the breakfasts need work, but they are a strong point for the safari. Cooking may be Vincent's passion, but the stress of running a restaurant nearly killed him. So Ruth tracks down Liddy in the hotel's laundry room to talk about her husband's health.
Hello, Liddy. Finding you in your little den here.
Yes.
It's a very small little den, isn't it? Do you think Vincent, he has the health problem?
Well, his health problem, that is pure stress. He had always have a stress problem. When we got married, he was sick the day before. When I got my babies, he was sick. He even had fever and all, and a stomach ache. So
he really gets anxious.
yeah.
So without the financial worry, I mean, if he was able to cook in a kind of environment which didn't cause him much stress and he didn't have to worry so much about the rooms for revenue, do you think he'd be a happier person?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But with the hotel in its current state, it seems stress is inevitable.
You're responsible for cleaning all 14 bedrooms and doing the linen for all 14 bedrooms?
Yes,
Yeah?
I do.
If you're going in a bathroom, like in bathroom 7, which, I mean, is a nightmare, it really is bad. I mean, do you have any sense of pride when you're cleaning? How do you physically manage to clean it?
Well, I clean it as clean as possible to get all the stains off, but still, I'm not happy with the situation in that room. It's depressing, yeah.
It's time for Ruth to tackle Vincent and Liddy with her findings. But first, a close look at the Safari's books reveals their finances are in a dire state. She's going to need to call in outside help.
Liddy and Vincent, your figures make very woeful reading. And I'd like to get property/financial expert in to have a look at this whole business.
Very important. Yeah.
We now have to look at what my experience has been. I have seen worse hotels, but it's hard to remember where. The quality of the finishes is really, really poor. It's
Terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
The bathrooms are really bad, really bad. You're in catch-22 situation here because you have no money to spend on it, and it must drive you slightly demented, doesn't it? Yeah.
And it goes worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
If they're to survive, they'll need to make radical changes.
You're up for it. We need to do something that actually brings some money into this business. Down here, this is where I think the big opportunity lies. And my proposal is, having seen the surrounding area, seen how many students live down here, seen how many hotels do not do breakfast, that you actually open this up as an all-day breakfast cafe.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
But if the cafe's to be a success, they'll have to throw out the tacky clutter covering every surface.
I think we could make this actually a fun safari, not a grim, dead animal dying in the corner shotgun safari, but a gleaming lion and an elegant giraffe, and really kind of change the feel of the safari to one of sort of upmarket good looks rather than, the grubby old safari, yeah?
Oh, geez, it would be nice.
By freeing up the spacious basement, Vincent and Liddy can turn their old dining room into their new home.
You're also living in one bedroom with 2 dogs and a cat. What I'd like you to think about is the notion that you go down to the basement and you actually have the whole run of that area. So no customers go below stairs.
Perfect.
It also frees up the room you're occupying to be another bedroom for guests.
I think it's going to work, this. It's going to work very
Well, I
good.
really hope so, because what I'm seeing with these figures and the fact this is leasehold and what have you, I can see, if it doesn't, you walking away with so precious little. And, you know, you've worked hard all your lives and you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Really. Love it. There is a lot of work to do here. An awful lot of work. We eat ourselves through it, but there is more to do than we think, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, we have a lot to do, but future is good.
The future is looking beautiful now, and the plans this he had is great, really great.
Ruth's 3-point plan is straightforward. She thinks the cluttered lounge could be transformed into an all-day breakfast cafe, giving the safari a new source of income. If it's a success, the profit could be ploughed back into the business to renovate the hotel's tired and tatty bedrooms. This would allow the couple to move out of their cramped quarters into the former restaurant in the basement, giving them more space and a better quality of life. Ruth will fund the new cafe, keeping the safari theme but replacing the clobber and junk with a cool modern look. Vincent and Liddy's first task is to clear out the chaotic lounge, deciding what to throw away, what to keep and what to sell.
What do you go throw away?
No, the chairs. The chairs are going away. We have to throw this away.
Okay.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Vincent is throwing himself into the process.
I think Vincent wants to throw everything away. I have to hold him back.
Ruth has suggested they hold a garage sale to raise some funds for refurbishing the rooms.
There you go. A snake, yeah. It was an anniversary present for Vincent.
What do we do?
I don't know.
You can use them as golf stick. And that one. Oh, heavy one.
Oh, it's still there. Oh, nice. Maybe I have to keep it somewhere.
Yeah, in the bin.
shelf.
In the bin, yeah.
It's getting empty now, isn't it?
Thanks God, yeah. Some space to dance. Eh?
But clearing the clutter is only half the battle. Ruth has called in an expert in hotel finances to assess the extent of Vincent and Liddy's money troubles. They're mired in debt and struggling to cope. They bought the hotel as a leasehold, so one of their biggest outgoings each year is the rent on the building.
7, there's one. There's a family room, a big family.
Well, the lease I've seen isn't very good. It's a standard lease, but the main thing which is wrong with it is the level of rent. The rent's too high. How many rooms have you got?
We have 4 letting rooms, 14 letting rooms.
14,
sorry.
right. The rent on his turnover, he was telling me, represents about 40% of his turnover, which is a very, very high proportion compared with other hotels. So basically, that says that the rent can't go down. So, you know,
problem there.
you're stuck at 27.5 for the time being. If he can't get that reduced, he's going to be in difficulty. There is a future here for him. It's by no means certain what the position will be this time next year, but it's something which, having got himself into, he's now got to get himself out of.
But can Vincent and Liddy turn the Safari's fortunes around in time?
He doesn't seem to be prepared for tomorrow. A lot more could have been done, so let's just cross our fingers and hope.
Vincent and Liddy Van Nuuk have run the Safari Hotel in Bournemouth for 7 years, but it's in trouble. Lumbered with mounting debts and a drab, dirty, cluttered hotel, the couple's future hangs in the balance. In desperation, they've enlisted the help of expert hotelier Ruth Watson.
There's no way of me saying this without it sounding offensive. I hate this.
Ruth wants to turn the messy lounge into a cafe to provide good food for local students and guests from nearby hotels. If it's a success, it could provide the couple with cash flow to spend on updating the hotel's bedrooms. But they've still got a long way to go. Ruth has suggested they start by selling some of their clutter in a garage sale.
Grandpa Moses, £10.
And with a few high-value items on offer, they should be able to raise a fair amount of money.
When everything goes perfect, I try to make between 500 and 1,000. Would be very nice. No, when we sell this one, it's already £600. Yeah, why not?
For Vincent and Liddy, the sale represents the end of an era.
I don't let them haggle too much, because I have to make money. I want to do my bedrooms up, so I need a lot of money. So let them support me. If Ruth wants to buy something, yes, he can pay double maybe.
Yes.
In the beginning it was slightly sad to see some things go, but now we are mentally over it already, so we enjoy it now as long as it brings some money in that we can put some more rooms up.
Despite their reservations, it doesn't take long for the money to start rolling in.
That's yours, thank you. The first sale was already £15. We started with that, so perfect. It's going to be a good day. Perfect.
Ruth arrives to help out, but her sales pitch could do with some work.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Amidst the safari crap, Vincent and Liddy, how are you? How are you? How's it going?
Oh,
Fine.
nice,
Have you
yeah.
sold a few things?
Yeah,
we
we
did.
sold already a little bit.
Yeah?
Well, I think we need to drum up some business, don't you? Aren't you going to come and buy some of this stuff? Yes? Come in here.
Come in and have a look.
Come and avail yourself of these treasures.
But surprisingly, the buying public don't seem to be snapping up the floral clogs or stuffed panther head.
Yeah.
Now, what about a silver-plated...
No, thanks.
No?
50p. We sold a little bit, so... Yeah, the beginning of the million is there. We keep on trying.
It may not be the sale of the century, but they've raised some vital cash. Ruth wants them to channel the funds back into the hotel, and the rooms are her first priority. She's keen to shake them out of their apathy and fire their enthusiasm, so she takes Vincent up to the attic to show him just how vital the refurbishment is.
It's desperate.
It is.
I mean, the mere fact that you've got a headboard at one end, but the pillows are at the other end, it's dire. Honestly, Vincent, you're a dear, dear man, but this is dreadful. I'd like to see you just close down this top floor until you can do something about it. But can we have a plan of action? Start with the best rooms, the rooms that architecturally got the best going for them, yeah? That have got the most light, the most space, whatever. It's like having a big garden. The worst thing is looking out there and thinking, I can't do this big garden, so you don't. You just do a small piece that you know you can weed, you know you can keep tidy, and you know you can look after, and then you move on to the next bit. And suddenly, you know, 3 or 4 years down the thing, you've got a great big garden and it works. At the moment, your garden needs a lot of weeding.
Too much, that's the point.
Vincent has nominated room 9 as the best candidate for refurbishment. The last time it was decorated, he did the work himself.
Now, the good thing about this room is lots of light, nice bay window there. The bad thing about this room are these, I would say, obscene colours on the wall. You cannot put mustard, yellow, green with aqua. You can't. It doesn't go. And worse, they're not done well enough. How much of this problem, do you think, Vince, is the fact that you actually, I won't say you're happy with it, but is it that you can't see a way out of it when you inherited it, or because you don't care enough about your surroundings? A lot of men don't give a care.
It is a question that is just the whole bulk comes to you and you don't know where to start.
Where it obviously is going wrong is that you've dabbled there and you've dabbled there and you've dabbled up there, not terribly well, and you've ended up with this awful hodgepodge, whereas perhaps if you'd stayed in one room, which is what I'm suggesting you do now, it's not impossible, Vincent.
No, but I must know where I can start and how I can start.
OK, well, let's start here. Shall we make a deal?
Yeah.
OK, we start here. We get rid of the weird colours, strip out all the things that are grotty, replace the chairs, get new bed, covering, either duvet or whatever. I'd like to see some feeling that, you know, you and Lydia are not just sitting back and saying, oh my God, it's all happened to me. You know, that you're saying, I'm not going to let this happen to me. No, I actually am going to stop it now. And no artistic touches.
I don't touch it anymore.
No.
No. I have found a little man who said I'd take the painting work. He is a painter.
Fantastic.
So I don't touch that anymore.
Marvellous. Good. I think that's a very wise move.
The money raised by the garage sale will help renovate room 9 and give them a template for the rest of the hotel. But despite the plan, Ruth is still anxious about Vincent's future.
He and Liddy have actually got to start not just caring about this place, but they've actually got to start doing something. Unless they find some grit within their own soul, some sense of defiance that, you know, this isn't just their lot, they can do something about it themselves, then I have a horrible feeling they'll just slump back into the kind of junkland that Safari currently is.
A few days later, it's time for the hard graft to begin. To galvanise their efforts, Ruth arranged for a team of professional cleaners to give the Safari a fresh start. Vincent and Liddy can't afford staff, so the task of cleaning all 14 rooms falls entirely to them, and standards have sometimes slipped.
The hotel is quite dirty, actually. You've got the picture rails, you've got the skirtings, pictures, the light fittings, toilets. That shouldn't be like that, you know. In a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's about an 8, dirty.
And the cleaning team aren't the only ones hard at work. Ruth's team transforms the formerly cluttered lounge into a modern space, which Vincent christens the Savannah Cafe.
It was a little bit hectical to get everything out of that lounge, but we have it out, and at the moment it is a ballroom, let's say it that way.
Yeah, très chic.
Oui,
Yeah.
très chic.
Yeah.
Très chic or not, after years of patching things up, Vincent's finding it hard to adjust to the decorators in full flow.
Yeah, you feel at the moment a little bit derailed, say it that way. I'm derailed.
Yeah.
I'm looking very much forward to get it done, because my fingers are tingling at the moment.
Despite everything, Vincent still fancies himself a dab hand.
Perfect, you have done it before.
I saw it on telly.
I think I'll leave it to you, Vince.
Thank you. I'm afraid to tell Ruth that I did it because I promised her never to paint again.
With the money raised by the garage sale, work has also started on room 9.
What a mess, what a mess. Looks better all the time. We're coming there.
But if the cafe's to succeed, it's vital the food is just as good as the decor.
Food is very important for me because I eat it and I live from it and I love it and I'm food.
Ruth has asked Vincent to create a simple menu concentrating on all-day breakfasts. This should appeal to the guests of nearby hotels that don't serve food.
I'm saying to put on my menu first a lot of different kind of breakfasts, and beside that I want to do some terrines on it. A duck and a fig terrine or something, a wild boar terrine.
Fig and wild boar terrine may seem a little exotic for a seaside cafe, but Vincent seems keener to show off his skills as a chef than to make a menu that really suits his market. After weeks of preparation, the new cafe is almost ready. Ruth has suggested they promote it with a grand opening. But will Vincent and Liddy's renewed efforts come up to scratch? Room 9 used to be a mix of clashing colours and mismatched furniture. Now the subtle shades can be seen throughout, making the room feel lighter and more spacious. But will Ruth approve of Vincent's efforts?
Oh my word. Coming off that corridor with that red, yellow and scary carpet and coming in here, it's like I've gone through the back of the wardrobe and I'm in somebody else's hotel.
Something different.
This is so much better. A huge improvement. You've got to be happy with this, haven't you?
I'm very happy with
Yeah.
this.
What I'm really seeing here, Vincent, is that if you could get the rest of the hotel done like this, there's no question you can get a rating. This has got to be a 1 or 2 star, got to be, and I would suspect that this room is verging on 3 stars. If it's given you inspiration...
That's the most important.
Yeah?
This is the basic for the rest of the room.
And you do feel
That's
that
the way
way.
I see it, yeah.
Good. Well, in that case, it's done its job.
Yeah.
And you have too.
I'm happy with it.
Downstairs, the cluttered safari theme has finally been tamed, from chaos to calm. The cafe now has a cool colonial feel. It's the first time Ruth has seen the finished effect.
Oh, Vincent, this is staggeringly good. It's fantastic. It truly is unrecognisable. And I love the wall of zebras. This has got to work.
Oh, yeah,
This
it
has
will.
got to work. And you've even got the little sitting area at the top here with the little tiger chaise longue thing and...
I never imagined this one. It is above my dreams. It was so nice. Yeah. I'm really proud of it. Yeah.
One thing, though. This all relies on food.
On their way to the kitchen, Ruth and Vincent pass through the hotel's former dining room. Vincent and Liddy had planned to move in, but the clutter that once threatened to engulf the lounge has moved downstairs.
So, you quite obviously have not moved downstairs yet?
Yeah, we should, but not yet time for it.
I understand it has been very hectic, but one of the things that concerns me, Vincent, is that you and Liddy are harbourers of garbage.
We filled already 4 skips up.
4?
4 skips up already.
As long as you can promise me you're not just going to kind of drizzle out with the endeavour. You know, I do want you to really keep on with it.
I love to have this private space.
Yeah?
I love to have it a little bit space, yeah.
Good. Now, what have we got here?
Vincent's menu features breakfasts from 8 different countries and a variety of complicated dishes.
I really like the idea of breakfast around the world. I think that's a good idea, but I think we need to perhaps contract the world a little bit and leave out Norway and Germany. You know, we'll do a mini world.
Yeah.
Because You know, I think I've got a fairly good idea of what the Brits like eating. Bacon sandwiches, hot sausage sandwiches, and all the things that everybody, you know...
The whole simple basic stuff.
Really, really simple stuff. I think we need to just turn this around very, very quickly for tomorrow.
In less than 24 hours, the cafe will finally open for business. With a new menu and a great deal of work still to be done, Vincent's got a lot on his plate.
I see no signs of preparation, no signs of him actually being on top of that menu, especially since I've made changes to it. So a little bit of fingers crossed, I think, about how we trade tomorrow.
The big day has finally arrived. For Vincent and Liddy, today is the culmination of 4 months' hard work, so it's vital everything goes according to plan.
Very important that the cafe goes as quick as possible, as good as possible. And mistakes are not allowed.
For 7 years, they've struggled to make their hotel work. With the threat of bankruptcy looming, the new cafe is the only thing that can pull them back from the brink. And things have already gone awry in the kitchen.
I had 3 or 4 hours sleep last night. And when I came into the kitchen and I opened the fridge door, then the big bowl with prunes and prune juice was upside down in the fridge. And the first thing I have to do is clean the whole fridge. So, make my day. Yeah.
I couldn't speak with him. He was a bit short. Thank God we have our family over, Vincent's brother, and he is helping in the kitchen.
We take it the way it comes. That's the only way we can do. Else I'm getting nervous and I don't want to be nervous.
The work doesn't stop in the kitchen. With just a few hours to go, the cafe is still in chaos. Vincent's left some vital jobs till the last minute, including putting up the new menu and crucial signage that could help potential customers find the cafe. The last touch, a banner to attract the attention of passers-by. But if the cafe's to flourish, Vincent and Liddy will have to do more to promote it.
So you've been leafleting people, have you?
Yes.
Yeah?
We give a lot out, yeah.
How many do you think?
Oh, gee, 20, 25 on that side.
The one thing that you've got to know is that just by opening your doors, people do not just flood in. You have to make them flood in. You have to be proactive about this.
So far, Vincent's marketing drive has been lacklustre. Time to step it up a gear. Ruth drags him onto the streets of Bournemouth to drum up trade.
Crossroad.
Hello, can I give you this, please?
Can I give you a little leaflet about a cafe opening? No? You don't live locally? There's a new cafe opening just round the corner. 12 o'clock, food's 50% off.
Give you this one?
But Ruth seems keener to grab customers than Vincent.
Discount for residents?
I think you should negotiate with Vincent on that score, definitely. I'm very concerned that the marketing drive leading up to the opening of the Savannah Cafe hasn't quite been as forceful as it might. A lot more could have been done, so let's just cross our fingers and hope that some people are going to turn up today.
Opening hour approaches, but will Vincent be able to stand the heat in the kitchen?
Ready. They've got to get their act together. Fucking chaos.
It's opening day for the Savannah Cafe and the moment of truth for hoteliers Vincent and Liddy. With the help of Ruth Watson, they've transformed the hotel's cluttered lounge into a stylish cafe. But if they're to survive, the cafe has to get off to a solid start. They need to make a great first impression on customers. But has Vincent done enough to prepare for the big day? The cafe opens in less than an hour, so Vincent and Liddy's visiting family are helping out in the kitchen.
So, do you think this is a good idea for Vincent to be doing this cafe?
I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah, you're worried about it?
A little bit.
Is it the business side of things?
What is the best? Expensive food, etc., etc.
It's one of the things that worries me is that I don't think he understands about margin. And I think he seems to me a very generous, kind man. Yeah. But it's the idea of actually making profit from food.
That's the problem. And Liddy is also too kind.
Yeah.
Much too kind.
So you're worried about Vincent and Liddy's future. I'm worried about it. Not ruthless, are they? No.
The cafe is scheduled to open at noon. Vincent has invited local businesses and neighbouring hoteliers, but so far it's a somewhat subdued start.
Well, it's spot on midday and there's no customers here as yet, but actually that's not a huge surprise. I think this place needed a lot more advertising. Fingers crossed.
"12:15 and the Savannah Cafe has its first trade. They're followed by a trickle of locals, intrigued by the new cafe on the block.
Toasted ham and cheese sandwich.
And finally, the first order.
2 hard-boiled egg tomato lettuce baguettes, please.
Ruth takes the order downstairs, and for the first time in 7 years, Vincent has to deal with a fully functioning kitchen.
So you've got 2 egg salad, basically, baguettes, yeah? You've got your
The
eggs
last
raw,
time he
very
cooked
good.
for so many people, he ended up in hospital, and the stress is starting to take its toll.
Have you got your ham and cheese ready?
Yeah.
Don't forget, making money's the name of the game. Good produce, but we still want to make a profit.
If he can't cope with the first 3 orders, there's little chance they can make this work. Time for Ruth to step in.
You need 2 baguettes, don't you? So why don't you split the other one so it cools down? OK. Right, let's go and see if anyone else needs anything. The alarm bells are ringing. A nice nature and optimism does not produce a good product. And the fact is that Vincent wasn't ready. I mean, they struggled with 3 customers. We want to see 33 customers in here at lunchtime. They've got to get their act together.
First sandwich making was very panicking. Too many people in the kitchen. I couldn't run around.
But after a slow start, the pace begins to pick up, and Vincent seems to get his confidence back.
Very old-fashioned.
Well, it's just gone 1, and I'm pleased to say that everybody sitting behind me is a genuine customer. They're starting to trickle in, they're having drinks, and they're starting to order food as well. So things are looking up.
Hello, would you like to order something?
Vincent's kitchen is once again a hive of activity.
It's getting nice and warm here, yeah. I love it. Sauna, I'm losing weight. This brings a smile back on my face, yeah. This is my life. I belong here, and I belong to do this. That's the one. Can I go home now?
Vincent's happy, but what do the customers think?
Very nice.
Yes? So if you're in the area, you'd come back again?
Oh, definitely. I like the decor and everything. It was quite fitting with the theme of the hotel.
This is the first time we've been to the Savannah Cafe, just to have a quick snack, and enjoying it very much, thank you.
One customer could be key to the cafe's success. Scott owns the hotel next door to the Safari. Would he recommend it to his guests?
It's up to this sort of standard, yes. I would like to think that, guests could come to me and sort of say, oh, we've missed breakfast, we couldn't get up, but can you recommend? I'd send them in. I'm more than happy to send them to Vincent now, especially with looking inside and what I've seen today as well with the food. Yeah, good luck to the guy.
So the cafe's launch has been a hit. As a hectic and stressful first day of trading finally draws to a close, Ruth sits Vincent and Liddy down to discuss the day's events.
This was always about building the business, doing something with this place that would actually both elevate it in terms of customer appreciation and getting you some decent business. But it was always also about making you happy, Vincent particularly. Liddy, do you think we can see Vincent trading here, cooking here with a smile on his face?
Yes, I think so.
A big smile on my face. Very
Very happy, yes.
Over the moon was it?
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, we're gonna make it here.
It's been a real pleasure to meet you. It really has. And I don't know whether this is going to be good news. I hope so. But, I actually would stay in that new room upstairs.
It's a very big compliment. No, she said, I love to stay in room 9. That gives me really a feeling that we did something what really changed in the whole business.
It was a big compliment, and we're going the good way.
Thank you.
It would be foolish to deny that the Safari has been a really tough one. The hotel was beyond shabby, and Vincent and Liddy so sunken in a pit of despondency and apathy, I really doubted whether we could get them out of it. But actually, this Savannah Cafe has really done the trick. It's modern and stylish. It gives them something to work on. Vincent's going to be happy in his kitchen. And with that new bedroom upstairs, I think the Safari could make something of itself. I certainly hope so, because there's no doubt Vincent and Liddy are such a delightful couple.